Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. In this game, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Orlando Magic. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, for the Milwaukee Bucks, it had been an 18-year dry spell. They hadn't won a playoff series since 2001, the longest such drought in the league. But with superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the way, the times are indeed changing in Brew City. Kevin?
They are fun to watch. Thank you, David. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Antetokounmpo.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
A look at the Magic starting group. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Isaac in at the small forward position. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low.
The Bucks, a team that will attack you from deep. The team is chock full of shooters.
Yeah, and you know, they shot the second most threes in the league last year, and that approach makes an awful lot of sense when you consider how good Giannis is driving the ball down the throat of the defense. He draws so much attention. Having shooters around him is the right way to go.
Now here's Ross, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Now here's Isaac. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 6. Lob pass to Gordon.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Lopez has it in the corner. It's stolen by Vucevic. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Ross with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. It's Matthews on the wing, guarded by Fultz. And Matthews gets it to go.
Boy, the muscle and strength of Matthews, really impressive, Kevin. Great at scoring even while getting bodied up by the defense.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Stolen by Bledsoe. And the jam by Bledsoe.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Middleton outside. Back to Bledsoe. And it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Here's Bledsoe following the bucket by Orlando. Lopez finds Matthews. Giannis inside. Defended by Gordon. Matthews no good. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now here's Isaac. Guarded by Bledsoe. Puts it up from 12. Wow, way off on that one.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now here's Isaac. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Now here's Fultz. Defended by Middleton. 5 on the clock. And it's Gordon missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
There's the lob. Antetokounmpo throws down the alley-oop slam.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, He just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Fultz dishes to Ross. Here's Vucevic, and it's sent back by Lopez. And he recovers it. And Vucevic kicks to Ross. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And that's where Ross has been most efficient. Raining it off the catch. Love it.
Bledsoe with an 11-point game for him in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
First free throw is good. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because to me was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
And the basket by Gordon.
Boy, he's really feeling it right now, shooting a high percentage to start this game.
And the pass to Lopez. Floats it up for Giannis. Stolen by Gordon. 4-on-3 break. And the layup is good. Ross has got his second bucket of the night.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac, Kevin. I mean, a solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
Bledsoe passes to Giannis. Back to Bledsoe, and stolen by Gordon. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Atlanta.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And the basket by Isaac. Isaac's got 6. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Here's Fultz. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Matthews into the lane. The dish to Antetokounmpo. He shoots again, and it's good on the way in. Giannis has got his third basket of the night right there. Orlando leading. Stolen by Bledsoe. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back.
You got to mind your business around Bledsoe. If not, he's going to pick your pocket.
And so here's Orlando. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with the win.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really simple. I mean, you look at the numbers, they did a better job of knocking down the free throws.
George Hill's checked in for Milwaukee. Then for the Magic, Evan Fournier comes in for Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. Vucevic dishes to Fournier. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
In the corner, Middleton with it. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 4 assists now tonight. The Magic trail by 3. Knocked away. It's stolen by Hill. Goes up. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
Hill takes no possessions off, man, keeping his arms moving at all times and finding ways to come up with steals. Well done.
For Orlando, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys, and that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, I can't name a team that's going to find a way to win shooting like that. I mean, they never had a chance with the touch they had that night.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Marvin Williams is checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Korver in for Eric Bledsoe. Orlando also making some changes. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Kem Birch comes in for Gordon. And it's Aminu in for Isaac. And Aminu slams it in.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Bucks.
Here's Hill. Lopez left side. Shoots over Bamba. Lopez, no luck. The Magic trail by 3. Outside Fournier. Right wing. Bamba inside. Lopez is there. Bamba's shot is off. And the Bucks with possession. They're on an 11-2 run.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
That free throw good from Ilyasova. Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin. I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio, when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Now here is Augustine. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Clock at 6.
And Korver's solid at getting a hand in the face of shooters. Like seeing him hustle on that end of the floor.
Bamba against Lopez. Pass to Ilyasova. Shot from 12. Doesn't go for him. The Magic go the other way with it.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And the call will be against George Hill. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bamba finds Aminu. Now Augustine. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
And now Augustine pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here is Hill. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot from the wing. Goes back up. Lopez passes to Ilyasova. Williams from outside gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Bucks lead by 6.
You know, one of the things that Williams has done over his career is really improve his three-point stroke. You've got to guard him out there now.
Augustine looking around. Here's Fournier, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
A little bit of a down season for Evan Fournier in 2018-19.
Yeah, it was, Kevin. I mean, he got the same minutes, but his percentages were down. He's out there for his offense, so he's got to be more efficient going forward. Well, you know, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league and #1 in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
Now, here is Hill. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Lopez, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milwaukee needs to get off the shot here. Hill, no good. And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Lopez. Bamba with the block.
Guys, that's all athleticism and timing. Bamba, a terrific shot blocker because he uses the physical tools he has quite well.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Outside Hill. 54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lopez up top. Looking for Fournier and gets it there. To the inside. Bamba. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Milwaukee's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Hill drives in. Williams, that's a two-pointer.
You got it. Come on.
No good that time. And Orlando the other way now.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Fournier against Korver. With the fadeaway. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 7.
And it's hard to deal with Fournier if you're defending him. I mean, he makes good decisions, whether he's passing or shooting the ball, and that makes him hard to guard.
Hill. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Free throw drops for Hill.
You know, the former late first-round pick, Hill, has really developed into a reliable shooter and wing defender. He's got good speed, gets to the rim with ease, and passes the ball well, too.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player, because I know this is just the beginning. I haven't even reached my potential yet. I think I have a long way to go, and maybe one day I can be top 10 in all those things. I feel like I can do that.
I think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
George Hill out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Ilyasova. And it's Williams at the 3. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Orlando shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
And, you know, after a drought of 6 years, the Magic made the playoffs last season. Won 4 straight at the end to grab the 7th seed.
And he sinks the second. Clark, you look at Orlando's breakout season. They won 42 games after winning just 25 the season before.
And you look at the roster, lots of length. And you really have to love their young nucleus. A lot of good players that are getting better. I think these guys are really just scratching the surface of their potential.
The Bucks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. The first free throw is good.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Both free throws good from Hill. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. Milwaukee making a switch here. Matthews is checked in, and a switch here also for Orlando. Fultz is checked in. Bucks leading by 5. Hill deciding where to go with it. Outside Williams. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
Well, you look at Vucevic. He's there in the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting. The fans have really gotten behind him.
And that's the way it should be. Kevin, you could make a case that he should be a starter, but there's just so many great players in the East. Just being in the top 10 shows how much respect the fans have for him.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Up top, Fultz. He's guarded by Hill. Fultz kicks to Ross. Shot clock at 6. No good from outside. Bucks leading by 7. Passes to Matthews. Giannis against Aminu. Back to Matthews. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Monday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at the matchup with the Heat, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Here's Matthews. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Hey, offensive rebound. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
Fultz looking around. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Here's Matthews. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. No one covering. Giannis has got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
And it's easy to see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight. He can flat out dominate games at times.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Well, Clark, what a year it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo last season. He took everything to the next level from the get-go. He became a top player in the NBA.
And you know what, guys? Early on, you could see it and you could feel it. It was going to be a special year for Giannis because his progression and development, his hunger, his commitment, his work ethic, all of that helped him become the MVP of the league against a pretty competitive field of MVP candidates.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Marvin Williams. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill. Clock is at 3. From deep three-point range, the Magic again can't hit. Here's Milwaukee now. They've got a 10-0 run going. Down low. Here's Giannis. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 16 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Stolen by Bledsoe. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Knocks down the 3-ball. Middleton's got 6.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now here's Fultz. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Ross. Giannis grabs the miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Middleton, the pass to Lopez. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose, and it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Middleton.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges. And a moment here to check out the numbers for Ross. He's right around 13 points a night, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Giannis outside. Five to shoot. Here's Lopez. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the 6'7" swingman, Terrence Ross, the number 8 pick out of Washington.
Well, you know, the shooting and leaping ability of Ross, phenomenal. I mean, I think the defensive end is where he can solidify his game and really improve. He's got all the tools, though, to be an excellent two-way player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Clark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific. The Magic trail by 15. Lob pass to Gordon. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Lopez kicks to Middleton. Fades back. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got 10 points in the quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now here's Fultz, guarded by Bledsoe. Fultz, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Isaac. Defense is right there. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Gordon finds Isaac. Now Vucevic. 6 to shoot. The pass to Gordon. Over onto Antetokounmpo.
And they really haven't been able to get into any kind of an offensive flow this quarter.
Bledsoe dishes to Giannis. It's deflected.
Great play by Ross. I mean, using that bouncing ability at the defensive end, love it.
For 3, Middleton. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds in the game. The Magic trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Ross. This one for 3. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. And it's 9 points for Terrence Ross.
Man, I like the three-point stroke of Ross. Gets it off so effortlessly. Man, he's got terrific form.
And here's Bledsoe. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Here's Antetokounmpo through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Here's Fultz. Passes it to Ross. Over in the corner, Isaac. No good on the 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Fultz with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his third foul of the game.
And already his third foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the third quarter.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. Then for the Magic, Fournier's checked in for Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. They double team Bledsoe. Lopez kicks to Korver. Off target from three-point range. Now in his sixth season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
Shooting two.
That one is off.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game. Aaron Gordon still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower pace system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the deep.
The Magic trail by 17. Up the floor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And that one misses. Clark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Bledsoe against Augustine. To the middle. Here's Korver. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 8th assist in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Vucevic. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Fournier. That shot misses. The Bucks go the other way with it.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Orlando's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Isaac. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Middleton. To the paint. And Lopez throws it down.
And Korver, a team-first guy. When one of his guys is open, he wastes no time in delivering the pass.
And for the Magic, they're shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Now Augustine. A minute 20 left in the first half of the game. And Vucevic kicks to Augustine. Shot clock at 5. Will it go? Great D that time from Middleton.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And there's Bledsoe on the assist by Korver. Korver's got his 5th assist in this one. 59 seconds left in the first half. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Fournier into the lane. The Magic again can't hit.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Bledsoe's a master at taking it to the rack. I mean, his combination of strength and speed, hard to contain.
Here's Augustine. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Bledsoe. Dishes it to Middleton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Vucevic.
And, you know, Middleton is really dangerous on the drive. He often gets to the rim in a heartbeat and forces defenders to end up fouling him.
And that one falls for Middleton.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Middleton hits them both.
And Middleton, the former second-round pick now, has put a lot of work in on his game. I mean, a ton of work. Really carving out a nice spot in the league as a result of his hard work.
Now here is Augustine. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, you know, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be.
And we talk about trying to manufacture points. The Magic a year ago were last in the league in free throw attempts.
And I think a part of that, guys, is they really don't have enough creators, facilitators, playmakers. You need guys who can break the defense down and then make plays for themselves or others. And That gets you to the foul line, but it also gets you easy baskets.
And so in the game for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. And it's Isaac in at the small forward. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Giannis.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here's Fultz. Got it. Good job in the low post. Fultz has got his first bucket of the night.
Fultz, so good, Kevin, at utilizing the screen and roll. I mean, he knows how to get a little separation, and when he does, he's a scoring threat.
Bledsoe outside. Wants to get it to Matthews and does. Nice open look, but it's no good.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Ross passes to Vucevic. Fades. They get it back. Fultz makes it off the glass. Fultz has got his second basket of the night.
You know, Fultz handles contact really well for a young player. Excellent at staying under control and then finishing through the contact.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David. The teardrop falls in. Fultz has got 6 points in the quarter.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, Greg, this is the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former #2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Williams. And like many big men in the league, Clark, as he's aged, Marvin Williams has relied more on his outside shooting.
You know, he's been in the league a long time, guys, but when he first came in back in the mid-2000s, there was less emphasis on forwards being able to shoot the ball from outside. Give him a lot of credit for adjusting to the league and honing a shot that has always been a skill that's been part of his package. He can knock down the deep shot now. Hey, stay woke on Terrence Ross now, one of the most athletic players in the game. Don't sleep on him.
Inside, it's stolen by Vucevic. To the inside, here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
Here's Matthews. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez comes in for Brook Lopez. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And Vucevic has got the ball here for Orlando. And here's Fultz. He's got 6. Back to Ross. A baseline J, rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Matthews passes to Hill. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And the suffocating reach of Isaac is tough to overcome and outshoot. Excels at getting up and denying shots.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Got a piece of it. Here's Lopez.
You know, the long arms of Vucevic is annoying to shooters, and he's putting his giant frame to good use.
And taking a look at some numbers from Markelle Fultz, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 8 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And frankly, I think he can play better, guys. I mean, even he would have to admit to that.
Yeah, realistically, he's going to have to step it up. I mean, that's the reality. Or he's going to start to lose those minutes.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, Milwaukee is exactly what a small market success story looks like.
Yeah, you know, a great eye for talent and also some good fortune in landing a player like Giannis in the draft. And small market teams have to home grow their superstars. Then they made smart moves surrounding Giannis with talent and an outstanding coach. The front office deserves buku credit for how they've turned this team into a finals contender.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Matthews against Ross. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games.
Hey, Clark, those 60 wins for the Bucks, the most since 1980.
You know, start to finish, this team was a force. Had a great approach on both ends of the floor. Fun to watch. No glaring weaknesses, and a game plan that works for them. Future's bright there.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Ross.
You know, as good as the Magic were defensively last year, they were just as challenged offensively. Struggled a bit at that end of the floor. Only 24th in the league in points.
Right side Hill. Here's Lopez. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And to be fair, Clark, the Magic offense has struggled for about a decade now.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you think about some of the outstanding players they've had in the past, Dwight Howard and Vince Carter. Their impact of that quality offensively just wasn't ever really replaced.
Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Orlando. Lopez hits them both.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And the number 1 pick in 2017, Markelle Fultz out of Washington, 6'4". Clark, do you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
Here's Gordon. Bamba feeds it to Gordon. Here's Bamba. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Bucks leading by 18, and it's Hill penetrating, and he banks in the layup. Hill's got 7 points.
Man, I like the attack mentality of Hill. Always on the lookout to take it straight to the cup.
Fultz the pass to Ross. Here's Gordon. He's covered by Matthews. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
And that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
And it's Matthews with the jam.
Nice display of speed by Matthews there. I mean, he loves knifing through the defense and getting to the rack.
Here are the Magic now. Here's Fultz. He's got 9. Back to Bamba. He kicks it to Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the teardrop. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And, you know, Fultz plays bigger than his size down low, guys. Outstanding at using his body to draw contact.
The Magic have been shooting right around 75% of the line, 9 of 12 so far. First one falls for him.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Then for the Magic, Cam Burks is checked in for Gordon. Aminu comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Fournier subbed in for Ross.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Lopez passes to Giannis. To the paint. Fades away. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Taking high percentage shots has been this group's specialty. On your screen now are this month's field goal percentage leaders. Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
And that one falls for Fournier.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Williams. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And in a relatively short time, Fournier has really increased his role in the league. I mean, he's a player you have to guard and keep an eye on at all times.
Hill passes to Antetokounmpo. Misses from close range. The Magic trail by 19. Fultz with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Fultz, no good. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Poked away. It's stolen by Aminu. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
And Orlando has possession. 19-point game. Fultz.
Boy, I like the intensity of Ilyasova on defense. Fantastic job crowding the shooter there.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Outside Hill. Here's Lopez. Drains the 19-footer. Lopez has got 6 here in this quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Fournier against Korver. And Fournier kicks to Fultz. No good from the wing. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. It's an 18-point lead. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Fultz with the ball. 11 points in the game. And the call will be against George Hill. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Bledsoe's checked in. Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Outside Korver. For the 3. The offensive rebound. Knocked loose. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And checking out Orlando. Down 4 spots from them.
And when I look at Orlando, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Clock at 2. Fournier's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
This is a positive sign for sure. I mean, when Bledsoe's hitting this, I think it ignites the entire squad.
Fultz, the pass to Bamba. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 6 assists here tonight.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Korver with it. He's covered by Aminu. Korver passes to Bledsoe. A floater. Fournier pulls it down.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Birch. The shot missing. Korver with the defensive effort. Bucks leading by 21. Now Ilyasova. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Fires it up. The Magic again can't hit.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You got to try to keep Bledsoe out of the lane. You can't let him get in there. As soon as that happens, you're in trouble, big trouble.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
And, guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
The The first free throw is good.
You know, an athletic and strong player at his position is Bledsoe, and he's a confident guy who I think makes an impact at both ends of the floor.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez, and Middleton subbed in for Kyle Korver. Bledsoe hits them both. Now here's Fultz. He's got 12. And there's the pass to Aminu. Now here's Fournier. 1:41 left in the third quarter of the game. Fultz, no good.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Just 5 to shoot. A second chance effort. Birch kicks to Bamba. Pass to Fultz from beyond the arc. Kept alive Orlando.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Missed it, even after all those chances.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Middleton the pass to Giannis. Middleton against Fournier. Middleton can't get it to go. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. And that one falls for Fournier. The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. And he makes both free throws. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. The feed to Lopez. It's stolen by Vucevic. Aminu the pass to Bamba. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge sphere of influence.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, it's fairly obvious, but it's important that Bamba stays healthy so he can keep improving. I mean, his skill set and physical tools both are very impressive. His upside is way up.
And he's good on the second. Milwaukee leading by 20. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. Pass to Middleton. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Clock at 6. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Bamba with the block. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And the first one drops.
How about this clear example of perseverance? I mean, he's in his 8th season before he makes an All-Star game in 2019. Nikola Vucevic just stayed with it, continued to get better.
And so he hits both. Just 4 seconds left in the third. Bledsoe for 3, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bucks lead by 18. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Bucks leading by 18. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Bledsoe and Middleton, the tandem in the backcourt. Giannis and Ilyasova make up the forwards. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. The Magic trail by 18. Here's Fournier. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I think that just demonstrates how gifted Fournier is. I mean, at 6'7", he's really fast and gets to the rim quickly off the drive.
Bledsoe kicks to Giannis. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his sixth steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
Fournier into the lane. Off target from the baseline.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Bucks lead by 20.
Nice awareness from the young forward, Giannis Antetokounmpo, showing he wants to work it to his guys.
Fournier passes to Aminu. For three, Ross. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Middleton. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Because of that big body and 7-foot frame, Lopez a handful to keep off the glass.
Fournier against Bledsoe. The pass to Bamba. Jacks up a three. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Williams, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Orlando also making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And here is Isaac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. There's Gordon with the three. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Fournier against Bledsoe. Outside Fournier. To the wing right side. High post Vucevic. To the middle. And Vucevic throws it down.
Too easy for Vucevic. I mean, at his size and with his skill set, I mean, he's a threat down there.
Fournier against Bledsoe. Outside Matthews. Castellanos. The kick out to Matthews. Over Ross. Matthews no good.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Milwaukee leading by 19 points. And Bledsoe, here we go. Here's Williams. That shot off. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for Orlando. It's Fournier on the wing. Drills the three-pointer.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter. Every season he's been in the league.
Giannis passes to Williams. Outside Matthews. Down low, here's Lopez on the money from 12 feet away. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just because Lopez is a big guy doesn't mean he can't knock that down.
The Magic trail by 18. Here's Fournier. Passes it to Ross. The rebound by the Bucks. Lopez has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Matthews dishes to Bledsoe. And it's sent back by Isaac. Ross with it. Here's the three. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 16th rebound on the night. Bledsoe outside. Matthews finds Lopez. Over Ross. Lopez, no luck. The Magic trail by 18. It's Fournier on the wing. Williams with the block, but he gets it back. Yep, that one goes in there. And that's now 17 points for Evan Fournier. The Bucks have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Shoots over Vucevic, and there's Lopez. That's good on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Now, Ross. Pass to Fournier. Over Bledsoe. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Shooting two.
Free throw, good. Matthews.
You know, Wes Matthews plays with that chip and edge that comes from not being drafted. He's a quality player now, and I think that edge has served him well throughout his career.
Fultz, he's checked in for the Magic. So he gets them both. Bart, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Now the pass to Ross. Bledsoe comes over to help. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Vucevic. They can't stop the run with that one. The Bucks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Lopez left side. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. Now here's Isaac. He's covered by Matthews. The wide open look here for Vucevic. Another miss by Orlando. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Vucevic with the block.
Denied. Return to sender. That's something you expect from a 7-footer like Vucevic.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. And the Magic making a change here as well. Bamba's checked in. Here's Middleton. On defense, Orlando. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
And Giannis throws it down.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Lopez with the block. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Brown. Antetokounmpo's got 14 points here in the second half. Now here's Carter Williams. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Birch. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Ennis. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Bucks another fast break opportunity here. Here's Brown with the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Birch has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here is Carter Williams. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Bledsoe's checked in. Here's Bamba. He dishes it to Ennis. Here's a one-do. Inside. Bamba kicks to Birch. 4 on the shot clock. Another miss by Orlando.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And here we go with the Magic fast break. And that one, good. A one-do's got his first 2 points.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
To the inside. No good from Connaughton. Well, Orlando shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Bamba.
Bamba's got crazy length and impressive height, obviously, at north of 7 feet. Helps him on that offensive board, but his tenacity, a big part of that, too.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bucks.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Carter Williams. Wilson grabs the board.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Bledsoe with it. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out in transition, you know, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.